Sweet Baby Inc. just might be at it again and ruining Disney's chances to resurrect the X-Men, launching that IP to be as big once again as Avengers and Spider-Man. But with a woke Wolverine game destroying all of it, the question is now, will they go broke? Because Sweet Baby Inc. is determined to put the message back into Marvel's modern games. It's a great day, folks. Every time you decide to join us for another video, an attitude of gratitude is what we feel. And what we feel is also the need to uncover the Holly Weirds, both in movies and in games. That's what we're doing today. Don't change the dial, click the like button, sit back for a while, and we'll take care of the rest. All right, folks, take a look at this. Smash JT posting it. It says, Wolverine confirmed the Sweet Baby Inc. stench strikes again. And I'm afraid he's right. If you've seen this, it's ridiculous. We've got the first look at Wolverine versus Sabretooth from Marvel's Wolverine video game. Oh boy, they're destroying your games again. Here we go.
You want to call the shots? Kick Essex's ass! Take charge! You won't. You just give a when it suits you. You don't even want to be here. You're right. I thought you were back. We were back. But you ain't ever coming back.
Hey, keep your drink. Come on, Vic. Looks like you need him more than I do.
Well, that's one of the most uncomfortably erotic things we've ever seen. Pirate Nation. Pirate Nation goes on and says, Insomniac's communications director James Stevenson has spoken about the huge amount of negativity surrounding Marvel's Wolverine on X. He says the constant criticism and attacks have become an onslaught on developers' mental health. Stevenson is even considering telling Insomniac employees to stay away from X because of it. Fans are comparing it to PS2 games and calling it a movie game designed for journalists. Oh my. All right, Colehauser, we go to you first. Wolverine is following in the footsteps of so many woke games that we've seen before, but Marvel needs this to do well. Marvel. Because they need people to love the X-Men right now. The X-Men getting relaunched, and this doesn't look like Hugh Jackman. It makes one wonder, are they getting ready to go back to a young Wolverine? But this is bizarre. This reminds me of some of the games from 3 or 4 years ago where, what was it, a Barv? Where the fantasy game where they were like, you misgendered me, so you're going to have to do a Barv. What's a Barv? It's a push-up. Go do the Barv. So this is unpleasant to even watch, Colehauser.
Well, and you got to remember too, Sweet Baby Inc. is funded by the Canadian government. So it's not surprising that they're trying to push their agenda to get their DEI and all their woke mentality into these games. And for me, I was a big fan of the X-Men original 90s series. I enjoyed the live action movies. They weren't the greatest, but I enjoyed them. But now for what they're trying to shift into and trying to push, nobody has just went back and said, hey, listen, we got to make gaming back for what we enjoy. This is why I still play Modern Warfare 2, a 20-year-old video game that still holds up today. I still go back and play Star Wars Battlefront on the PS2. Because the gaming of today is just gone, they're out to lunch and they've gone so woke, so bad. Nobody cares about this stuff. See, of course they're losing money because if, guys like me who grew up on the older games want to play the older games, I won't go up and play the new stuff. So,
well, I can't blame you watching this and especially having listened to it. Tugs, it feels like this was written by middle school girls about middle school girls. And it's so weird to hear these two masculine characters, one of them saying, Sabretooth saying, I thought we were a thing. I thought we were going to be something again, but you don't even want to be here. You don't even want to be. And this huge lumberjack of a man with giant claws. It's so disconcerting.
I mean, the dialogue is bad, but also the acting is bad, which really irritates me more, to be honest. It sounds bad. They don't sound good. And what does that mean? We're back. Are we going the X-Men Origins route where these guys are like buddies throughout like hundreds of years of history? I don't know what the context is here because I don't know the story, but the acting is bad. It's very cringeworthy. Yeah, I don't know. I seem to remember even in X-Men Origins when the two of them met up after their cute little breakup, they had a very big bloody fight, if I remember correctly, in the Wolverine movie.
We've tried to forget that movie, but you've brought it back to our attention again.
Well, listen, here we are. And
here we are.
This one, there's none of that because, I mean, I don't know. The Logan I knew, even in Origins, just doesn't back down. He's like, you know what? Don't throw me around. I'm going to beat the crap out of you. And Saber was like, oh, okay, it's on, Donkey Kong. Let's go.
It should be. You're exactly right. Logan should be like, back off me, bub. I like that. This is
weird.
Andy, Marvel needs people to care about X-Men again. They need all of these properties to be doing well. This is like a multi-domain, multi-genre effort to relaunch the X-Men. They spent $70 billion to buy Fox, and a huge part of that was, we got to get the X-Men, we got to put them into the MCU, and we got to get all the marketing and merchandising and yada, yada, yada. And it's Sweet Baby Inked. They Sweet Baby Inked Wolverine, Andy.
I've got a little bit of experience with the X-Men. I started reading it back in 1977 and all the way up. I have a complete collection all the way up until 1998. I don't know who those two guys were, but that was not Wolverine and Sabretooth. That was some extras from the Blue Oyster Bar.
Pink Pony Club.
That thing is like, it's so utterly ridiculous. Wolverine getting thrown up against a wall wouldn't happen. As soon as he started going there, the claws would have been right inside Sabretooth's neck, and they would have been like, doing virtually mortal wounds on each other that would heal instantaneously. If we're starting to see this a little bit with now, I haven't watched the X-Men 97 show, but I hear there's some fall off between when Bo DeMaio was there and when he's not.
Andy. There's fall off. Yeah. There's fall off. It's unbelievable.
So he's a big fan, and that's what you need to write these characters, because anybody that's going to play the game is going to know that these are not the characters you're looking for. And if Marvel's got any say, any pull at all with this, this should be yanked. I don't know where the disconnect is with losing money and this fetish with it, because this is just a guarantee that you're taking two completely feral, animalistic characters showing their fifis. Come on.
We've got more, unfortunately. We'll pull it up on the screen. This is coming to us from an account that I can't pronounce. Oh, I can. It's Tokyo's Daughter. It says, Wolverine game is not just woke. It is a Karen first ideology game too. Good night. Here we go. We'll play this for you, folks. Here it is.
He looks so stupid.
You gonna do this or should I?
Okay. About time you caught up. Where's Sabretooth?
He's sleeping off his fight with a Mega Red.
Okay. The voice acting is absolutely terrible, but I don't have a problem with this one. It's okay for Mystique to be cool, but
why is if she's gonna outshine Wolverine, why is he even there?
That's a good point. That's definitely a good point.
I do find it a little weird he didn't step up, but it could also be, I mean, we've seen it other times before where it's just like, oh God, here she goes again. That one I'm not as upset by.
I'm surprised he didn't say, like, please help me.
Yeah. Yeah. The acting is terrible.
No, it's really, really awful. All right, final question though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the casting for X-Men. You know, we'll see how this goes. That's kind of my position. A lot of people are really excited for the casting. I have been chewed out a little bit because I said off the get-go, it looks a little Disney Channel to me. And people have said, oh, pro, just negative. It doesn't look like Disney Channel. It's not everybody. It's just there's a few of them. I don't know about the Cyclops casting. I really don't know about the Professor X casting.
That's the only one I'm like, that's a choice. And now there's rumors that they are going to bring Henry Cavill in, and that's floating around. And people, of course, are like, oh, well, Wolverine, we saw him in Deadpool, which I personally think would be cool. But then other people are like, oh, they're going to be Magneto. And I'm like, that's a huge age gap.
Henry Cavill as Magneto.
In age, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe it depends. But yeah, Abbott, it's Christopher Abbott, I think his name is, in the middle there. Professor X, he's the only one that I'm like, I
just don't see it.
I don't see that one at all. The others, I like. The Cyclops guy, I'm 50-50 on. I don't dislike him a lot like other people do, but I like him in general. So
for me, I'm kind of happy that they brought some hot white women back into the fray.
And they're accurate.
Yeah, and they're accurate. So that's great. And call me wrong on this, but I'm having a suspicion and a feeling that they're going to make Magneto black.
Could be. If it's Denzel, I'll go with it. It's not going to be Denzel.
I don't even if it's I wouldn't even want it Denzel. But I have a suspicion that they're that they're going to make him black or trans or something. But that's why they're not showcasing him right now.
How is that going to work with the whole 1940s Germany thing?
They're not going to make it the 1940s. They'll make it like the 1960s, and he's gone through the slaves and what they did with the riots in Chicago and all that stuff.
Who is Adam Driver playing? Is he Mr. Sinister? Okay. Well, we'll see if he can be
excited for that one too. I think he's going to do great.
Andy, let's end it on a high note, Andy. At least there's no Cynthia Erivo as Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
God.
I very rarely do videos, but I chimed in my opinions on this because big X-Men fan way back when. The thing that bothered me about the original movies was that it was kind of more like Wolverine and his Amazing Friends than the X-Men. There were a lot of the characters that didn't really get the portrayals they deserved. Cyclops was more of just a jerk than he was Cyclops was my favorite. He should be stoic. He should be he's the guy that just gets the job done. He doesn't have time to play around, mess around. He's very business. The thing that I didn't like was they just kind of took their favorite characters, dumped them in a bucket, and whether the characterizations were right, they basically took Rogue and put her in the Kitty Pryde spot, and sort of as that youthful tie-in. And it looks like they're kind of doing the same thing here because these are all coming. I had put I think it was on this show last week that we were talking about this with Spider-Man. I think that if they had put Emma Frost as the telepath in Spider-Man, it would have worked much better than Jean Grey because she already had that villainous bend to her. And now you're just taking these characters. So now you're going to have 3 telepaths on this team, unless Emma Frost is already like a Hellions group somewhere else. Maybe she's part of the Hellfire Club, has their own school or whatever. But you're mixing and matching these characters, and I'm happy to see that Storm is she's beautiful young lady, but Storm, when we meet Storm, she's already in her mid-20s or so. She's got years of experience using her powers, and now she's going to be this is kind of like a junior team. So now you're doing the new X-Men, but they're not really the new X-Men. You're just taking these popular X-Men and putting them in there. And I understand the reasons why they're doing this, because they need the diversity. This is why this fella is cast as Xavier, because you don't need somebody that's been Patrick Stewart, McAvoy. He's got some ethnicity to him, and I really don't care. If he does a good job as Xavier and he just plays Xavier as Xavier, that's fine to me. But I know these characters really well, and that's not how they were. They don't fit together. I'm hoping I get some good collectibles out of it, but if they know what they're doing, they could make an interesting story to it. I just wish that I could get an accurate telling before they do a clever reimagining. So I like the way that everybody's cast. I think it's I haven't seen Obsession, but I understand the girl's she's a good actress, and from what I've seen, I don't know the guy playing Cyclops. Sadie Sink, I like that what she did in Stranger Things and Spider-Man. So outside of that, and at least they look like the characters. Samara Weaving, Hugo Weaving's niece, I believe. She's a lovely young lady. Can she be as vicious and cutthroat as Emma Frost? We'll see.
One thing's for sure, it can't be worse than this, eh?
I was gonna say she's pretty vicious in the Ready or Not movies, but that's also survival, not nasty. But still, she gets pretty nasty towards the end.
You know what else is nasty? Sweet Baby Inc. What a joy, what a pleasure, folks, to get to make a video for you, and thank you for watching the entire thing. We could not do this without folks like you. We could not do this without the truly dedicated and those who care about what we have to say. And you can share this out with even more people by clicking that like button, by sharing this out across the social medias, and by doing this one thing, folks, that we don't say enough. Click it and stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Until the next time we spend time together, folks, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.